Monday morning at 4 a.m.
What we have?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we got Chris Schweda.
Let me make sure I have volume here.
Oh, there's a Schweda.
Hi, Marcia.
I'm here. Let me, everyone.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night team call. I was just eating salsa and chips, and my mouth is burning right now, so please excuse. Holy crap, that stuff's pretty spicy.
What, salsa?
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
Mom's trying to kill you.
So welcome, everyone. We have an incredible call lined up for you tonight. We have Bobby Joe that's going to be basically taking over the call. You all know that every week we're going to have different leaders that are going to basically start our call off. They're going to bring in some of their leaders and kind of share what they're doing, what's going on, and then we close the call out every week with a mindset session, just kind of talking about what is the mindset that we have to go out there and create success in this industry, in your life, in this business. So with that being said, I had the opportunity to meet this young lady. I don't even know how long it's been now, a little bit over a month. And she had the opportunity to go and meet with Judy, and they really connected. I know we did multiple calls with her. She's had a lot of success in other companies in the past. And like many of us, was not feeling the love, wasn't feeling the connection, wasn't feeling the truth that we have as an entrepreneur in our company, and was looking for something more. And you know, when we all connected and started talking, we just knew that she was meant to be here and that she was just going to be a rock star. And she has turned out to be exactly that. She went out there and started to make it happen, and more importantly, started helping people in her team win in a big, big way. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Bobby Joe, and over to you, young lady.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm honored to be here. Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris and Ricky, for asking us to be present tonight on this call. It means more to us than I think you guys know. For those of you guys that don't know me, I'm Bobby Joe Norris. I've been with Elevacity for like 5 weeks. But I've been in the industry for this year, or this month is actually going to be my 9th year anniversary. So we've got a lot to celebrate. A little bit about me. I am a personal trainer. I am a online coach, and I grow businesses online. But more importantly, I finally feel like I found my place that I can call home. It's something that I've prayed for forever that I didn't really think existed in the industry. So when I first said yes to this industry, it was almost 9 years ago. I was a brand new mama, and we were robbing Peter to pay Paul. So as I get into all of this, first of all, I like interactive Zooms. So if you guys are a vet in the industry, can you give me the word vet in the comment section? And if you're brand new to the industry, can you put brand new? Because I'd like to know kind of like just little ways that I can help guide you if you're brand new. And I want to know how many brand new people we're talking to here tonight. So awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Vet 24 years. That's awesome. So just so you, back to my story. So I started in this industry because we needed money, you know, I mean, a lot of us do that, right? It's our why, the reason why we begin what we do. And within 6 short months, I was able to retire from working at a gym. I was a personal trainer at 3 different gyms. I was able to retire. We grew a really big business, had the past 6 years had, you know, really great success. We've had a lot of ups and downs. We had a lot of really great people come into our business, and we've had some people leave our business, right? But truthfully, you guys, the last 8, maybe 9 months of my journey have been a lot of soul searching. It has been a lot of me kind of sitting in the background wanting more out of this industry. And I wanted to take myself up to the next level, right? Has anybody ever experienced that before? Like, oh my gosh, Robin, you joined today. That's beautiful. Welcome to the business. That's so cool. Has anybody experienced that before, where it's just like, I'm ready to go up to the next level, but there's always something holding you back? And for me, it was seeing a lot of these leaders in this industry that I wasn't really willing to take my morals and my values to mirror their habits. And I wanted more. I wanted to be an impactor. I wanted to be an influencer that brings hope to people's lives, because that's what the industry has done for me. And I was missing it. And every time it was ego, it was, oh yeah, we've got you, but only, wait, what rank are you again? Like, we'll only talk to you if you're this rank, or we're only going to do this. And it's all about the dollar sign and all about the paycheck. And I was struggling with that, you guys. And for the past 8 or 9 months, I've actually sat back a lot and did the soul searching and really asked, God, where do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? And truthfully, you guys, I was applying for jobs. And that's just me being 100% transparent, because I was done with the garbage. I wasn't going to tolerate the garbage anymore. And I wanted to be in a better place, both mentally and spiritually, physically, financially, all of these things. And Carly Foster, who I don't know if she's on because I can only see so many people, she reached out to me and she said, hey, you've got to meet my people. And I laughed at her and I said, I don't want to meet your people, because your people are liars, because that's what this industry does. So I just want you to know that if you're new and you've been burned and you've been hurt, this is a safe place for you, because I've been able to, in 5 weeks, overcome a lot of scars that I've had. I've been the one who has never had a leader. I've been the one who has made my uplines lots and lots of money. And I've been the one who has been burnt over and over and over again. So I encourage you and I empower you that just rip the Band-Aid off. Love on the uplines that are here to help you. And I got on a Zoom, like Chris said, with Chris, Judy, and Mark. Well, Judy wasn't even able to get on, but Judy, Mark, Chris, Ricky, Enrique, Nancy, and Carly. Did I miss anybody, guys? And I listened to their stories and I was empowered, because a lot of what they said, what resonated with me. Melissa, oh my gosh, how could I miss Melissa? Thank you, Carly. I love Melissa. She's amazing. I was empowered because these people all had different pieces of my story. And I listened to them over and over and over and over. And I was just like, I sat there, you guys, with my arms crossed right here in this chair. And I was like, I don't want to like you. I don't want to like you. And by the time that the Zoom was over, I fell in love with all of these people. And I knew that it was where I'm supposed to be. But I didn't try the coffee yet. So that day, the next day, or actually later on that day, Ricky called me with Judy on the line and said, hey, you've got, Judy wants to meet you. And I said, she doesn't even know me. She doesn't know where I live. And Judy drove 6 hours, you guys, to meet my daughter and I for a cup of coffee. Now, if that doesn't speak to your heart, tell you what we have in this company, I really empower you to take a look at, maybe some things that you're really internally battling, because the hearts of our company rain down from the top into all the leadership that we have here. So I went and I had a cup of coffee with Judy. And by the end of that 3-hour meeting of us talking, oh, can you guys still hear me? You guys, okay. Sorry, my computer just kind of went crazy. It's the hurricane and the all the storms and all that stuff. So by the time that meeting was over, I looked at Judy and I said, I'm in. I had been looking at other companies, you guys, but I knew that this was it. So fast forward a little bit. I just want to give you guys, now that you know my story, I really just want to take a second before I introduce 2 amazing women that I have the honor to work with every single day. I really just want to give you guys some tips. If you're brand new here, I want you to understand the simplicity of what we have, because I've been here in this industry for 8 years and I've never seen the movement that we are experiencing right now in this company. I've never experienced the fire, the passion, the power of these products. I have never in 8 years in this industry have experienced all of the puzzle pieces fitting together in one unit. In other instances, I've had good, this puzzle piece and that puzzle piece, but there was something missing in the middle. We've literally have all of the puzzle pieces that fit together in one movement. And if you don't believe wholeheartedly and have confidence in what you're doing, I want you to get back with the person who enrolled you. And I want them to take a second to figure out why you're here, because your voice matters. And when you're posting on social media, when you're talking to people, when you're loving on people, when you're building those relationships with people, you guys, your voice matters. It is important what you have, but it is the gold that is driving this company is our product. It's not recruiting. And that's different. That is different than most companies. Most companies encourage you to recruit. And truthfully, a lot of people in this industry can't recruit. That's just the truth. A lot of people are great at selling their story. So develop your story, share your story, be empowered by your story. And you have to know that people are going to doubt you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to roll your eyes at what you have. And if you guys go and look at my Facebook, I address every single adversity that would ever cross my path. You can go look at one of my latest posts where I even address the fact that I switched to my second company in the last 8 months, because you guys, my truth is my truth and nobody can take that away from me. So if you're not sharing your story on social media, if you're not sharing what this product is doing for you or what the opportunity is doing for you, I want you to take a second and go and do that. Even if it's just taking it and writing it on paper first and then going and sharing it in pieces, right? You have a voice and it matters. People are watching. They want to know what you have. And the more you show up, the more you're adamant about what you're doing, the more confidence you have, the more drive and power that you have, the more you use your voice, the more impact you're going to have. Okay. So is that me making the noise? Somebody's unmuted.
You're good.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So besides using your voice, I also want you to understand that, lost my train of thought here. Oh, I also want you to understand that we are very fortunate to have what we have. This company, this team, the leadership, the opportunity is a blessing. But people do not buy opportunity and they do not buy products. People buy people. People buy into people. People have to trust you. People have to know what you're saying is your conviction. And that goes back to using your voice. So people will buy you before they buy an opportunity. So if you're out there posting and you're like, hey, I've got this amazing opportunity, you need to come and join my team, please stop posting like that. Please stop approaching people like that. Go and talk about what the opportunity or the product has done for you. Go and share that with the world and watch people listen differently. Watch people look differently at what you have, because your voice is going to change. It's no longer, hey, do this to help me. It's now, this is what this has done to help me. And maybe you're feeling that way, that it can also help you. People want to buy you as a person first. So go and empower yourself so that you can impact other people. Share your story, be bold, be confident, know what we have here, and do not give up, you guys. Do not walk away. Do not forget the movement that we're creating here. And I said it yesterday on a training that I did for Melissa's team page and Nancy's too. I said, do not sleep on this opportunity. If you are a vet here or you're brand new, it doesn't matter. Do not sleep on this opportunity, because this opportunity will pass you by. And if you don't talk to that person that you're scared to talk to, or you don't talk to the person who you think really needs this product, someone is going to. Do not sleep on this opportunity. We have gold in our hands, and it's not just for you. We have a product that can dynamically change this world, and we have an opportunity that can bring hope and restore smiles and financial freedom back into people's homes. So go use your power, empower yourself so you can impact other people. I'm actually going to introduce two of my amazing leaders that I have the honor and privilege of working with every single day. One of my girls I'll just introduce you guys separately. So Melanie, do you want to start first? So Melanie, I actually met in this industry 7 years ago. We were always sidelines. And now, you know, over the past several months, we became business partners. Melanie is one of the most amazing, gold-hearted people that I think I've ever met, because she loves people so hard. And that's part of doing things right in this industry, is to love your people and to love your customers and to love your product and know what it can do. So Melanie, do you want to start? Do you mind? I'll just go ahead and mute myself, and then you can go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I am Melanie Pierce, and I actually live in Wisconsin, and I'll just tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'll tell you my story of joining this wonderful business. So I've been married for 17 years. We have 2 children. I'm a hairstylist full-time, and I brought this business into the salon. I love doing hair, so I don't know if I'll ever give that up. I have been in a couple marketing or network marketing companies that I did fairly well in, and I thought I was going to give up doing hair, but I've also realized that sometimes the journeys change. And so I'm not sure if I'll ever give that up or not, but I'll tell you, if you guys do have a business or if you do work in a salon, incorporate it into your salon, because I have so many people that buy right off the shelf from me, which is amazing. It's been very helpful. And just share your story. Like my story, for instance, like Bobby Joe said, we were in a place, we were very unhappy. We were told many things that they did not follow through with. And I'm like Bobby Joe, I kind of say it the way it is. I don't beat around the bush. I'm pretty upfront, and I don't like to pretend. If I don't like you, I won't pretend to like you. I just say it the way it is. And so I was done. Like I was done with network marketing. I was just done. I was just going to do hair and love on my people, because I knew that I could do that and that it was working for me. And so Bobby Joe had called me, and she's like, I have some leaders that you really need to chat with. I know that you're frustrated, but I want you to get on a Zoom with them. And I'm like, I love you and I trust you, so I'll do it. So I did get on, and I was amazed by just share their stories. Like Bobby Joe said, so many of everyone's pieces all fit together into the puzzle. They had all been through what we had been through. They had seen in the industry what we had seen. They had felt what we felt. And it was nice to know that they are the same kind of people that we are, that we love people, that we support people. We understand life happens. We understand that things happen that are out of our control, but we can't let that define us. And so I jumped all in, and it's been just over a month, and it's been really exciting. Last month, I make goals for the month, every month, and everybody should do that. Like write down how many customers that you want to get, what your volume you would like your customer volume to be at. Write down like what your rank you would like to be, or if it's a certain volume that you'd like to be by the end of the month. Write all that stuff down, and then you can break it up into how many days a month there is. That way you kind of know where you need to be. I do that every month, and I'll be honest, I haven't done it yet this month because we were gone camping all weekend, and it's my husband's birthday today. So we've been pretty busy, but I will do it tonight or tomorrow because the kids start school tomorrow too. So mama time, finally. I'm so excited. But so make sure you write down your goals. Write your goal. Last month, I had a goal of at least 20 customers, and I hit that. And I went a little past that. And then I also wanted, like I set an amount of volume for my customer volume, and I surpassed that. And then my goal was silver for the month, and I got that. But then I'm like, okay, let's push for gold. I think it's a little steep, but let's do it. So I jumped in, and my team's amazing. And I didn't tell them that my goal was gold. I just loved on them and helped them and supported them. And I kept working. And it was like 3 days before the end of the month. And I still had quite a bit of volume. And I'm like, it's never going to happen. But if it's meant to happen, God will make it happen. Like, I'm just going to keep pushing, and I'm going to keep doing it. And we did. We hit gold. And that was not my goal, you guys. My goal was silver. So don't make your goal short. Like, push through and know that you can do it, and reach out to people, your sidelines, your uplines. Like, the leaders here are amazing. But make sure that you write those goals down, because you can go places. Like, it's amazing. And I share on Facebook also. I share my story and I share a lot of posts and I comment or I message a lot of people. Like, you know, people share their dirty laundry on Facebook all the time. They share that they're crabby. They share that they need energy. They share that they're in pain. You know, we have answers to their problems. You just need to reach out to them. I do not comment on their posts like, hey, let me help you with this. I will personal message them and share what I have and just be like, hey, I saw that you're dealing with this. I would like to send you a sample, or can we meet up? That way I can get you a sample. That way they're trying the product. I had been on antidepressants and anxiety medicine for 18 years. And it's really hard to get off that stuff. And once I started the coffee, the first day, within 20 minutes, my anxiety was like under control. And I'm like, I don't know what's in this stuff, but it's pretty amazing. And then by the 5th day, I would wake up and I would make it. And by the 5th day, I woke up and I had no anxiety at all. Like every day I woke up with anxiety for years. And the 5th day after taking the coffee, I did not have that issue. And so now I'm completely off my medication, which is amazing after 18 years. Obviously, I can't post that on Facebook because we can't make medical claims, but it has taken care of my anxiety. It's taken care of my depression. It's given me energy. It's given me focus. It gives me patience. Like just getting the product in people's hands, it's amazing what it can do. I give out samples all the time, and I bet you 8 out of 10 of those people come back and they're customers. So I highly suggest getting samples, even if it's just the bag with 24 in them. Like give one sample to people, because really you only want to start people off on a half a packet anyway, or a half a scoop. So that's 2 days worth of supply for them to try. And once people, like I have one person last week, I sent them a sample, and obviously it takes a couple days to get to them. And then they tried it and they're like, okay, I want to order. So then they ordered. Well, they ordered on Friday and now today's Monday and they were expecting it, but obviously it probably hasn't even shipped yet because of the holiday. And so they're like, I don't know what to do. I need that stuff. I need my coffee. And I'm like, it's coming, but they live 3 hours away from me. So it's not like I can take it to them either. So make sure that you get the samples out and get them into people's hands, because the product works for itself. And just love on people. Share your story, share your experience, share what it's done for you. And you'll be amazed on how far you can take this. I'm really excited. I love that we have the coffee chats. I love that we have the Zooms. I love that we have so much at our hands to help people. And it doesn't, like, people can come back and watch replays. And that's very helpful because everybody works different hours, different jobs, live in different time zones. It's huge. But we all can make it work for ourselves if we really want to. So make sure you have that vision and set those goals and run out there and work hard, and you can do it.
I love you, Mel. You're amazing. And
Love you too.
I mean, I think I must have said it like 100 times, but congratulations on gold again.
Thank you.
I pushed her this month, so we'll see. She's like, I was like, yeah, you got it, girl. So next I get the honor and privilege to introduce Ana Ramirez. And so you guys, Ana and I met in a previous company, and we were just friends on this, sideline friends. We talked business sometimes, but I'll let her share her story with you guys. But the one thing that I really love about Ana is that, very much like Mel, they set these goals, and I'm like, you guys, no, Ana this month, her goal was bronze. She came to me, she signed up, you guys, August 1st. She came to me, she's like, I think my goal by the end of the month is bronze. And I said, and I kind of chuckled and I was like, Ana, I love you. No, you're not doing bronze. I said, let's go a little bit higher. And you guys, she finished her first month at gold. So kudos to you, Ana. Share your story. I'm so excited that you're here with us today. And congratulations again on being amazing like you are.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I think it sounds good. Okay, so thank you very much, Bobby Joe. I am so... my story is going to be completely different, guys. Okay, so I have been in the industry for 6 years. It's going to be 6 years in November. And the thing that brought me to network marketing for me is when this was introduced to me, network marketing, just as a whole, MLM, whatever you want to call it. I was a single mom. I used to work 2 jobs, 12-hour shift in a hospital and also a restaurant, and I went to school part-time. And so for me, when I saw the opportunity of being able to do something for myself on the side, it kind of lit that fire of being independent And so that's why I am in this industry, because I wanted to be independent. I wanted to provide more and give more to my kids. I was that mom that literally, I don't know if you guys ever know somebody, but I used to be that mom that I had to kind of like tell my kids in the car, like, you guys better never ask me for any candies. Don't ask me for anything inside the store because you guys are not getting it. It was so bad when this was introduced to me, that not this opportunity, but just network marketing in a whole, that I used to be that mom. And so now I laugh because I'm like, oh my gosh, if people only knew the things that they can do when an opportunity gets offered to them, you know? So that's how I started network marketing. And yes, I did come from a company where I think we all came from the same company. I didn't know that about you, Mel, but now I do. I wasn't happy. I mean, I was happy that I was helping people. And let me tell you guys something. We are building 100% strictly in another language. We are building 100% all in Spanish. We've recreated everything you guys have in English into the Spanish. And let me tell you guys have an awesome, awesome group. I don't know who here uses the cup of coffee group, but that group for me was everything. When Bobby Joe introduces to me, I think I was like, I had the same situation as her. I left the other company. I just wanted out. For me, I just wanted out. I wanted to be in a place where I could sleep at night, where I didn't have any thoughts of, are we doing this right? Is this right or is this wrong? I didn't want my beliefs and my values to be put in the line anymore. So that's why I left. And so immediately after I left, I just went somewhere else where I thought it was a safe zone. Okay, so I left into a safe zone. The people that I work with, they were amazing, amazing leadership, amazing product, but when you know that you don't have a product that is going to sell itself, you know it's going to be hard. And so here I have everything. I have amazing leadership. I have an amazing culture. I have a product that sells itself. And let me tell you guys something, like building in another language, it's hard at the beginning. It's hard at the beginning because it was hard for me before to build and use the ATM and build online. It was really hard. But when you believe in something, when you believe in something so much that it doesn't matter who wants it and who doesn't want it, you don't care. So for me, when Bobby Joe told me about this, I was actually talking to a friend. There was we were talking about looking for a company or looking for something that could help us maybe make some money. And so I went into her page and I'm like, out of curiosity, I saw that she had posted up a post, something about she was feeling great, she was happy, and I know where she had been. I know that she was in the same hole that I was in, because I was in a really, really dark hole for the past 6 months, 7 months, maybe even 8 months. I just didn't want to recognize it because my ego wouldn't let me recognize that I wasn't doing well. And so when I saw that post, I was like, like, I don't want to recognize this, but I do need to feel like that. I want to feel like myself. I want to feel happy again. And so I reached out and immediately she put me in that ATM group. I saw the ATM group and Bobby Joe does not know this, but I was more convinced that I wanted to be part of the testimonies that same day. And so she set up a meeting with the leaders. We got on a meeting and I'm over here pretending because of course, you know, my ego was getting in the way that I was going to make it hard for them to make me join this company. And so the samples come in, and the moment the samples come in, I was like desperate. The samples came in. I was on my way to the gym. I stopped by the mailbox, the mailbox. And our gym has water, and so I prepared our coffee. And I told my husband, "You and I are both going to drink this because if something bad happens to me, it's going to happen to you as well." So we both had the coffee. He shared he had a little bit. He was more like into the taste than the effects. I was more for the effects. I was desperate. I was like, I just wanted something to make me feel happy again. And so I wanted to feel whatever Bobby Joe was feeling. Tried the coffee. And did my worked out a little bit more than what I usually do, got home, and I'm like sitting in the couch and I'm like, this stuff is real. Like, oh my gosh, this stuff really, really works. And for me, that was it. I didn't even know the compensation plan, guys. I didn't even know the names of the people. I didn't know anything. All I knew is that I had woken up and the person that all these other people that attacked me, because I got attacked. Yes, I got attacked. I got defamed. I found out things about me that I didn't even know, like, that I had done, apparently. And so everything, like, slid off. All of the bad things, all of the problems, all of the accusations, all of the nasty things that were said about me was like slide off, and I was like, I am running, I am jumping on this boat, and we're gonna both start going. And so that's what we did. Yes, I joined the first of the month because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, we had been saving for a vacation with my family. We were gonna go to Puerto Rico, and I'm telling Bobby Joe, I'm like, I want to join, but I cannot join because I don't have the funds. But when you have something that works and that is so powerful and that you just have to have, you're going to make anything and everything to get that thing in your hands. And that's what we did. My husband and I were like, we're doing this. And so we jumped on August 1st, and immediately 2 girls that saw the vision exactly the same way I did, putting them in the chat, the English chat, because I could only put people that could speak English. I couldn't put people that spoke Spanish. And we ran before we were even launch, because we did a pre-launch, guys. So we did a pre-launch because we didn't have the money. So if you have anybody that you know that is sitting on the sideline, just make sure you put him on pre-launch mode. Pre-launch mode is start putting them in the group. Tell them to go ahead and start adding and tagging people. That's pre-launch mode. Those people are pretty much going to be the fire that you're going to need for you to go and sign up. That's what we did. I started putting in people in the group, and I started getting comments, I'm ready. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to sign up. And so, yeah, we signed up. Finally signed up. We had people that were going to jump on. And I am thinking in my head, because Bobby Joe said, so like the 3rd day of the month, she's like, so what are you running for? Bobby Joe, let me remind you this. It was Star. I was running for Star. And let me tell you guys why. My confidence was so destroyed. My self-esteem was so low. I didn't believe in myself anymore. I believed in the product. I didn't believe in myself, and Bobby Joe believed in me. And that's all I needed. I just needed one person to believe in me, and she did that. She believed in me. She knew what we had in our hands, and all I did was just trust. I didn't see to the sides. I didn't care if somebody was going to join or didn't join. I just aligned myself I align myself with gratitude. I align myself in the abundance mentality. And I thought to myself, God is going to bring the right people to me. And the people that are not supposed to be here, they're just going to come and probably leave. And that is totally fine, because I only want to work with people that want to work with me, people that believe in my values, people that believe in what I believe in. And guess what? Like, we have leaders in this company that have all of those things. And so when it starts at the top, it is so much easier for everybody else to get what we have. That belief, that support, that love. Like since day one, since way before I even joined, I was getting the support. I was getting the love. I was getting like all of this like attention. And I'm thinking like, dude, we're not doing anything. Like, don't get too excited. Like, I almost wanted to tell Bobby Joe, like, please don't get too excited. Like, don't tell people that we really know people and that we can build businesses. Because what if we disappoint them? I was so scared of disappointing people. I was so scared of going for a bigger goal because I didn't believe in myself. But I believed in the product, and that's all I needed. I believed in the product. I started sharing it, and it just took off, guys. It took off. I remember hitting the first rank, and it was like unbelievable. And the second rank, and it was still unbelievable. And I'm like, I know we're just going to get to a certain point and probably going to stop there. She asked me again, because her goal for me when we joined this business was 20,000. And I'm like, she must be nuts. I was thinking in my head, she must be nuts. Like, I don't know who she think I am. Like, what stories did you hear from me? Because I didn't believe I could do those, but you did. And so for me, it was that. For our team, it was that. Being able to transmit the energy, the love, the support, the culture has been one of the best things that we've been able to do. And so, guys, 30 days in, because August was our first month, 79 customers, and we have 7 team members, and we have about 4 to 8 people on pre-launch mode. We're not sharing it with the intention of, yes, it's a big opportunity, and everybody that knows it or that has tried the product knows. Everybody that is getting paid big bucks knows, right? But when you have a product that works so good, like we just finished a Zoom like a few minutes ago before starting this, and we heard stories about people that were they were in depression and how this product has changed their life. Yes, I know we cannot make income claims, but it did that to me. Okay, it did that to me, so I'm speaking out of experience. It took me out of a really dark hole. So if you guys can do anything, I'm going to share with you guys 4 things that I am sharing with my team, 4 things that I'm going to share with you guys, and it's up to you if you take it or you leave it. So these are not steps that you're going to take into your business, but these are steps that you're going to take with yourself for you to be able to go and share out there with people, okay? So the first thing is that I follow the 4 agreements. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that book. I read that book in the past 60 days about 4 to 6 times. And the only 4 things that I have implemented into my business, I've shared this with Bobby Joe. I have shared this with our girls many, many times, especially when we had really, really bad days where somebody says no and they make you feel like your product's not going to work. Or I've had people like ask me for product samples and they're like, I try your product, but it's not that good. And I'm like, oh, good. Next. You don't belong here, right? But the first thing is that you have to be impeccable with your word. You have to be very careful of what you're planting in your mind, of what you're saying. Don't participate in things that don't add value. Be very careful with what you're saying and with what you're putting out there, okay? Number 2, don't take anything personal. When people say no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying, no, I'm not ready right now. And it's so easy. It's so easy. The number 2 and number 3, they work together. It's so easy to assume, which is the 3rd agreement. Don't assume, guys. Don't assume that people don't need this product, because Bobby Joe could have easily assumed that I didn't need this. Bobby Joe could have easily assumed that I was very happy in my last company. She could have assumed, but she didn't. She said, I got to share this with you. And so that's all you have to do. You just have to share, like truly, truly share what this product has done to you. And if it hasn't done something really, really big to you, try to find somebody's story that has and share that story. So number 1, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal. Don't assume. Don't assume as well that people don't have money, because we are so good at letting people go and work for those 40 to 80 hours. And we're so good in deciding how those people are going to spend their money. And guess what? It's not your responsibility. It is not your choice for you to spend those people's money. Let them choose. If they really need this, and if they're really, really desperate for a change, they're going to do whatever it takes to get their hands on that product. And number 4 is always do your best. Always, always do your best. If you're on here right now, because this is the only time that you can invest in your business. If you can only invest 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes per day, just make sure that you do your best, because when you do your best, you have no regrets. You won't be able to compare yourself to anyone else, because you're doing your best. It doesn't matter if the person that joined the business right after you is doing way better than you, or if the person that joined long time ago is doing. It doesn't matter what they're doing. As long as you do your best, that is all that matters. And stay consistent, guys. This is not part of the 4 agreements, but if you are consistent, people will get to know you. People will probably, just because you shared your story, and even if they don't know you, they're gonna buy because they want whatever you have in your hands. So that's why I said this is completely different. This was a very, very last minute. I hope this helps you guys. I really hope this helps with you guys. And thank you for inviting me. This kind of calls always make me nervous, but I'm so grateful that you guys give me the opportunity to be able to jump on here and share.
You're amazing, Anna. Thank you. And Mel, thank you so much, ladies. I love exactly what you said. And it's like I said, it trickles down from the top, the heart of the company that comes right into our team. And the culture is so important, so important. So find where you fit in. And if, you've got a home here, you can sit with us kind of thing. Like, this is how it is. Be yourself. You are worthy. You are enough as you are. Chris, do you want to take it back?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And fantastic job. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take over after that. But you ladies absolutely did an amazing job. And it's funny, as I'm sitting here listening, there were so many things that were covered by both Mel and by Anna. And, it made me think about the book, Making the First Circle Work. And I actually went and pulled it out, talking to Garrett a lot lately. One of the things that he keeps saying over and over and over, and it makes me think of this book, is all about the only thing that you can control is you. The only thing that you can control is what you personally do. And it's funny just watching the numbers on this call, on where it started out and how many people were on, and how we had roughly 30 people drop off. And I want to talk about that. And the reason why is because there was a lot of people that were probably on this call, and they were judging and creating stories in their own mind on how, well, you know, these people are maybe having success because they were another company before, and blah. I mean, all these stories that we tell ourselves, we make up all kinds of crap, right? And the biggest thing is that we will sit there and tell ourselves all of these different things that are not true. And it was funny, I was talking to Garrett the other day, and I used the word truth multiple times. You know, I'm like, you know, building in truth and blah, blah. And it was funny just, you know, talking to someone at his level and how he can break down like word structures and different things like that. And he made a comment that made so much sense to me. And he said, you know, when truth is what we give it, like what energy we give it. And a lot of times we think when we tell ourselves a story or when we're, you know, sharing what our truth is, it's true because that's what we believe is true. And that doesn't mean that it's true. And what happens is so many times we're sitting here telling ourselves stories. We're giving ourselves excuses. We're saying all these different things. And the bottom line is that the only reason why it's true many times is because we believe that it's true. And we give it that, and it reminds me of a book that I read. It was one of the first books that I actually ever read. I was not a reader until I got started in this industry, by the way, and I hadn't ever read a book until I was probably 20 years old, like ever, like in school and all this, never did, right? And the name of the book was Illusions. And in this book, it talked about how everything is an illusion and how everything that we believe to be truth is all an illusion based on our belief system. And a lot of that has to do with the way that we are raised, what we were told, the stories we were told by our parents, by our teachers, by this and by that, and also the stories that we tell ourselves. So I'm going to talk about some things real quick that some people might get pissed off, and some people might, you know, want to sit there and go, oh, well, you know, all this other kind of stuff, because you've been telling yourself a story. You've been telling yourself a story on what is true and what's not true. And it's funny, as I was sitting here listening to Bobby Joe, you know, the craziest thing is when Carly, I remember Carly made a post and Bobby Joe responded to it. And Carly created a story in her mind how Bobby Joe was never going to even talk to her about the business. She was not like whatever. And she's like, what do I say to this person? We're like, just talk to her as a friend. Tell the truth. Again, and when we're talking about truth, I know you're like, well, is that the truth? You know, because I just started that whole mess. But the funny part is she commented back, and literally within an hour after this post was made, and after Carly was commenting back and forth with her, we were on the phone with Bobby Joe. And the funny thing is that Carly, just like Bobby Joe and just like so many leaders that are on this call and that talk, a lot of people are dealing with self-doubt. And even though you see them as like growing and all that stuff, we still deal with self-doubt and tell ourselves stories on who's going to talk to us and who's not. And you heard Anna talking about how, you know, Bobby Joe believed in her and she didn't believe in herself and all these things. And most of us on this call all feel the exact same way. And it boils down to a story that we're telling ourselves. Another thing that came up in this whole conversation is the fact that, you know, if you want people to love you, fail. If you want people to freaking hate on you, go out there and win in a big, big way. I can promise you this. Bobby Joe and Anna and Mel and the people that you heard from tonight are going to win in a big way in a very short amount of time. And at the same time, while they're doing this, people are going to hate on them. And they're going to create stories in their mind on why they're having success and they're not. And, you know, well, they're having success because of blah, 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 right? And we make up all this crap. It's all a bunch of junk. And guys, I'm a victim of this as well. I have done this as well. And I'm going to tell a story that's kind of funny because so Ricky and I have been working together for like almost 2 years now. And it's so funny because we both have strengths that the other one doesn't have. And we offset each other so perfectly. But it's funny, like Ricky is a very emotional person. As you get to know him, you will know that. I mean, he will go like boom, up, and then he'll also go down. And like we'll have a conversation where he's just disgusted and he's like, I'm taking a break. I'm timing out. I'm taking off. And then like literally 30 minutes later, he'll post some positive fucking, I almost said the F word, positive freaking post. I'm sorry, guys. He'll post some positive post. And I'm like, you just quit 5 minutes ago. You're taking a break. He's not going to be mad at me because everybody that knows him knows that this is the case. And the thing is that what he'll do, and I am so impressed by the way that he will gather himself and he will do things, even though, and I've talked to him about this, and he goes, the reason why, and I'm going to get yelled at for almost saying the F word on there because he's going to be lecturing me later about how I almost said the bad word on a call. And that's how we offset each other, right? So he'll vent to me, and then literally minutes later, he's making a positive post. And I'm like, dude, what do you, like, how does that even happen? He goes, well, I had to go look at something that was going to bring me up and bring me back to where I needed to be. And he'll go post that stuff. And then it brought me back to a place of like what affirmations are and how we speak things into existence. Guys, I don't believe in faking it till we make it. But at the same time, I do believe in thinking of where we want to be versus where we are. And focusing on where we want to be versus where we actually are at the moment. And what I can tell you guys is what I've learned from Ricky over anything else is that even when he's in the most disempowered state, he will bring himself in a place. I'm telling you, there has been times where literally he's like, I have to take a break. I'm so stressed out. We dealt with a lot of stuff in the last year. And then within 30 minutes, he has me on a freaking call doing a three-way. And the mindset in his attitude and everything is absolutely totally different. And I've just been so impressed on how he can do that kind of emotional management in that situation and bring himself to another place. And what it really boils down to, guys, is that when we talk about what we wanted to create in the beginning, and we talked about culture, and we talked about what it is, the feeling that people are going to have, no matter what we're going through, what we do is reattach to that feeling. And what that means is because some of y'all are sitting there going, well, if you can go do a call after you're not whatever, well, that's just being fake. No. What it is attaching to the reason why you got started in the beginning. What were you thinking? What were you feeling when you got started? And where were you wanting to go? And what we talk about, because we have these really serious calls, right? And we will talk about the way that we feel about things. And it's not always the most empowered. And what we do is we start talking about where we were when we started and what we wanted to create and how is that going to look and how is it going to feel, and we recenter ourselves back into that place. And I'm sharing this with you guys tonight because I can tell you Ricky has a lot of haters. You know, a lot of people are going to sit there as he's excited and he's going out and build. People want to blame him for certain things that happen or whatever. And I've had the same thing happen as well. Like I literally, and the guy hit up Ricky and was like bad mouthing me to Ricky. It was one of the people in my other organization, and sitting there telling Ricky how much of a loser I am and all these other things because I wouldn't join him in another business because he was trying to recruit me into something else. And because I told him no, he was like, oh, you just think you're so much better than other people and blah, blah, blah. In a thread, trashed me. In a thread that we were in, our team thread, trashed me and was saying all these things. And I said, yeah, I guess I am a bad offline if I won't jump from company to company, just like you have. And I'm so focused in on helping people win where we are here today, that, yeah, I won't join you in another company. I guess I am a terrible upline. And then he deleted me from the thread and then accused me of being a drug addict and all kinds of crazy stuff. Do your blow and drink your beer. I like my beer, right? Never even freaking seen blow. But I was accused of that in this thread. And I just laughed about it. And my point with this is that if you want people to love you, go out there and fall to the average person and go out and do all the things that everybody else does and just, blame and do all these other things. But if you want to, people are going to hate you when you go out and win. That's just the reality, right? So I want to talk about this stuff because, guys, this is called life. And life is real, and we all deal with things. And we're all learning and we're growing, Like there's calls on a daily basis that I have with different leaders in the group. And that we're dealing with different things in our lives or the way that we're dealing with the business and all that. And, I use Ricky as an example a lot when we're talking about this because I talk to Ricky probably 50 times a day. And we talk about all this stuff all the time. And it's been really amazing. Somebody's trying to share the screen. How do I not? Here, all right. Somebody stole my screen. But we talk about all this other kind of stuff, and we're all growing at the same time. We're all trying to get better. We're working on ourselves. But what I want to also share is the fact that, guys, if your business isn't where you want it to be, it's not the fact that the grass is greener on the other side and all these other things. And you're hearing people tonight talk about how they were in other companies. And then maybe you're sitting there in your own mind going, well, if this isn't really working, maybe I need to go do something else. And then you think you're going to go build something else. Guys, the reason why people have been attracted here is because what we have is different. And look, I have been in this industry for 20 years. And I've seen a lot of stuff. And I've had people call me about thing after thing after thing. I've been offered teams. I've literally been offered hundreds of thousands of dollars in volume. I've been offered a guaranteed paycheck of this and that and whatever. You come over here, we're going to give you this team, we're going to give you this much money, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I've never taken a deal, not one time. And the reason why is because when I get in front of the room and I talk about what we did, how am I going to talk about taking a deal? Or if I'm talking about not taking a deal, then I'm not saying truth. And this is the reality, is that people understand and know the truth, whether they think they do or not. And there's a book called Power versus Force, and it talks about the story of a guy sitting here telling a story, and the person that was listening to the story had no idea if the story was real or not real. And they were holding these cups that basically measure the resistance in the body. And when the person started to lie, the resistance on the meter of the person that was listening that had no idea if the person was telling the truth or not, the resistance started to go up. And why am I sharing that? Because subconsciously, people know the truth. And when we talk to Bobby Joe, and we talk to Melissa, and we talk to Enrique, and we talk to Nancy, and we talk to all these other leaders, we always told them, follow your heart, follow your gut, because you already know what's right. You already know what's true. And the thing is that if you're telling people you have a check bigger than what it is, or you're telling people things that aren't true, you're not doing yourself a favor, because subconsciously they know what is the truth. They feel it. Our intuition tells us. But the thing is that we always want to look for reasons on why things aren't the way they are, or why we want them to be a certain way. And what I can tell you, on every person, and we look at all the people that ranked up last month, and we see stories. And there's people that are looking at all the stories, and they're telling themselves a different story on why these people did what they did. Maybe they had an advantage that other people didn't have. Maybe this happened and all this other kind of stuff, because they don't want to look in the freaking mirror. They don't want to look in the mirror and examine what they did today to grow their business, what they thought about, what their thoughts were, what their feelings were, and what they put out there in the universe, and what they were talking to people about. And the thing is when you focus on all this other crap and you want to blame other people or blame whatever for why you're not where you are, that's the energy you're putting out there. And then you wonder why you're not attracting the people into your life. And this is what I can promise you. Every single person that ranked up last month had something in common. They took action. In talking to Garrett over the last few days and stuff like that, and I had to self-assess myself. And guys, there were stories that I talked about. And guys, there were times when, and I'm just going to use freaking Ricky as an example. This freakazoid, sorry, Ricky, but this dude is an absolute freak that never stops working. And no matter where he was in his mind, no matter what happened, no matter what he told me when he got off the phone, he would jump on and prospect somebody else. And at the same time, I was sitting here going, well, I don't know if I want to bring somebody else into this right now because, I'm going to have to deal with all the stress and all these pressures. And so now let's look at it. Ricky's a triple crown. I'm a black diamond. Now, yes, I do have an incredible check. And we've been able to do amazing things and totally change our life around. But guys, there was a difference in what he did and what I did. And what I can tell you is that Ricky, no matter what, no matter how he felt, he still pushed forward, still pushed forward, still pushed forward, where I didn't always necessarily do that. And I said things to myself like, well, I'm busy. I'm doing all these calls, doing all these prospecting calls. I'm working. But I wasn't in phase one activity, and Ricky was. And that's when you look at his rank versus my rank, it's an exact reflection of that. So guys, if you want to be real, this is being real. This is talking about what the hell is going on in your head and what stories you're telling yourself. And if you want to bring your business to the next level, how many people are you exposing to the business today? No matter how you feel. Who are you talking to? Who are you basically putting on the phone? And it's funny because I've even watched some of the people that have ranked up. And I've also heard people share stories about how they felt like these people had different advantages. Well, this is the advantage they had. They put us on the phone with person after person after person after person after person and relentlessly put us on calls with people. Guys, in the last couple months, I have done more calls with Ricky, with Enrique and Nancy and Melissa Lucas and all that. Melissa Lucas just hit Crown Ambassador. Oh, what advantage did she have over anybody else? Go look at her Facebook page. You will see it. She is in constant activity, constant posting things, constantly commenting on things. And then you look at Nancy and Enrique as well. And guys, what I know is that I'm on all these calls. And then when I hear stories about people creating reasons on why they're not where they want to be, I know what these people did versus these people did. And I'm not talking, I'm just using them as an example. There's a lot of people that have been ranking up, and there's a lot of other teams that are winning. But what I want to share with you guys is that if you want to rank up, you have to get your ass off the couch and go to work. And you have to go out there and do it. I'm going to get yelled at for that too as well. Sorry, Ricky. But anyway, guys, it boils down to you taking action and you taking responsibility for your own damn business. And I had to do that. And why did we rank up last month? Because I recruited multiple people and then I was on multiple calls in that group. And thank you, Damian Calais, and that whole entire group that went out there and took action. He got started 3 weeks into, or a week or two into last month, hit platinum, and then basically, boom, started ranking up like crazy. But him and his team took action. And that's what it boiled down to. He made more calls with me than anybody else in that time period. So guys, anybody that ranks up, it boils down to them taking action. So I'm going to close it out with this because we're probably already like way late. because I just went off on a total rant and tangent. So I'm going to close. So this is a book that Garrett talking to me, because he pretty much spanked me without spanking me. He nicely said certain things about, if you can't control it, why the hell are you thinking about it? And the only thing that you can control is yourself. And you want to sit there and go, well, my team's not doing this. And my upline's not doing that. And all this other kind of stuff. But guess what? The only circle you can control is the first one. So this is about making the first circle work. So I'm going to close it out with this, and I'm going to read this to you. So many, I'm not going to start with the whole thing, but let me say that train. I want to make sure I'm starting in a good place, because I closed the book and I lost it. So I'm going to start here. So many people look at the wrong places for duplication or wonder if it even exists. They mistakenly blame their less than optimal results on their sponsor, the people on their team. But that fails to address the real issue. Namely, we set the tone for our organization and model the behavior. We set the tone for our team and model the behavior. And unfortunately, because of the nature of human nature, it seems that 90% of the bad things get duplicated and only about 40% or 50% of the good things do. So what do we do at the top of the organization? Has a huge effect on what takes place in many levels below. We set the culture for our team. And that culture manifests itself either in a positive way or a negative one. But it definitely manifests in some way. So what I want to ask you is that, what are you manifesting? What are you putting out there that people are going to duplicate? What are you feeling? Are you blaming people? Because if you blame, guess what? There's going to be a time when your freaking team is blaming you. Your team is blaming you for their success, and you have nothing to do with that. You're not in control of that. They are. So that's what this book is about. It contains powerful insights. That actually wasn't what I even wanted to read. But here, let me see. All right. Remember complaining to our sponsor about the team one day. Most people seem to be lazy, never brought guests to the meeting. They just wanted to wait around for their own group to make them rich. Anybody feel like that? Like we get started and then we're like sitting on this throne and we're just like waiting for a team to feed us grapes, waiting for a team to build our business for us. You know, I brought in all these people and I'm not rich yet, right? Well, people are crazy. Just realize that. All right, I'm going to close this out. So basically they'll wait around for their group to go out there and do it. Their own group to make them rich, wondering why they couldn't be more like me. Unfortunately, that was the problem. They were the problem. Guys, that's why I keep talking about looking in the mirror. And that is fascinating thing about the wonderful, amazing, yet crazy, frustrating business we call network marketing. Because everything we do goes back to the first circle, the one that says you in it. The only one that you can control is the one that says you. Your upline can suck. They can be the worst in the world. And if you want to make it happen, you can still make it happen. Your downline can suck. But if you go out there and just keep recruiting and keep talking to people, it's a matter of time, it will happen. All right, I'm going to finish this, right? So, now, that's not a popular viewpoint. In fact, some people are going to be mad at me after this. To be sharing in the business today, the matrix, the binary, the quadrigalactic plan, whatever you want to call it, compensation plans have certainly created some entitlement culture in the business. Many people demand spillover. They see it as their birthright. These people didn't place anybody in my team. They didn't go out and build my business. They didn't do this. Guys, it's not me. It's the book. Y'all can be mad at the book. All right? So basically, compensation plans have certainly created an entitlement culture in this business. Many people demand spillover and see it as their birthright. So if their sponsor hasn't built them out a good portion of the structure, they are quick to place blame on their sponsor and their less successful results that they are experiencing. Yet other people place blame on their team. It's very it's very easy to find fault in people and insist that they haven't done enough to make us rich. Gosh, dog, why haven't y'all made me rich? This is just terrible. All right. So, but of course, they are not employees. They are in our business, and we are leading a volunteer army. And what that means is that it's their own free will, it's their own business, and they can do whatever the hell they want. And we cannot control that. The only thing that we can control is ourselves, the way we feel, the way that we think, and what we do on a daily basis. With that being said, I just want to congratulate all the people that went out there last month and took action. And all the people that might not be where they want to be, if you did anything last month to progress your business, you need to pat yourself on the back and quit comparing yourself to other people. And quit sitting there looking at whatever happened or where you are or why you are, and go out there and take control of your life and your business. With that being said, I am done with this big rant. Love you guys. Did you just say thank God? My wife just said thank God. That is
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
No. Yes.
Can you give us a hint maybe of one of the new products that's coming out next week?
Good stuff that makes you happy and makes you feel great. I have no idea. That's why you want to be at a convention. I really don't know. So with that being said, guys, again, the only thing we can control is ourselves and making the first circle work. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. And it just goes to show how many people love the message, because we had like 70 people drop off from the very beginning. Those people are going to be off. In fact, they're going to be blaming me for almost saying a bad word on why their business didn't work. They're going to be saying, you know what, this is not professional when, you know, a leader almost says about, oh, I can't do this. People are going to find whatever reason to fail. And then other people are going to find reasons on why they have to win. You get to decide. That's the coolest thing, is you get to decide on if you're going to use those reasons on why you have to win, or if you're going to use those reasons on why you're going to fail. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. Bobby Joe, Anna, and Mel, y'all did a fantastic job. Thank you so much tonight for giving so much value. And I'm sorry. I'm going to blame it on you guys if my rant went off in a way where we offended some people. It's all your fault. So everybody have an awesome night. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Night, night.